Welcome to the Property Beat, where real estate is part of your life. The coffee is hot, the conversation lively, and we're talking real estate. I'm your host, Cliff Perotti, along with co-host Jonathan Nicholas. Keeping us on track and out of trouble is our producer for the show, Tom McGowan. And now, on to the Property Beat. All right, good morning out there, world. Thank you for joining us today. Here we have another funny, you're going to be laughing because we're laughing. We haven't even been on the air yet. We're already laughing. There's the baby boomer generation is retiring at a rapid pace, and a lot of people are out there looking for affordable housing options and a low cost of living and just someplace beautiful to retire to. And on this episode of the Property Beat, we're going to be exploring some options for you available in today's market. So once again, this is Cliff Perotti, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jonathan Nicholas. Good morning, Jonathan.
Oh, you just caught me in the middle of a drink, so
I perfectly timed that. How's that?
Yeah, you perfectly timed it. How are you this morning? Doing well here.
I'm flying on some really high octane coffee right now, so it's good.
Me too. I got rid of the Nescafe last week, so I finally got some real coffee in the house. So I've had my fill this morning, and we are raring to go. But what a great subject, because there's a lot of people out there that are looking to retire. As we know, the baby boomers are retiring right now, and it is difficult to find some place that's affordable. So this should be good for our listeners.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So we're going to kind of do a little flippity-flopping for our show today, and we're going to be joined by our special guest, Rocco Toscano, which I love that name, who's CEO of International Property, Inc., a developer of Saddlebrook River Estates. I love that name, a popular retirement community in central Tennessee.
Of course, It's going to be important that you get involved as a listener out there.
Please.
And we love our listeners. We love it that you download our episodes on iTunes and you go to our website and all that, and we know that you love to be involved here. So by doing that, you make the fun show. Well, how do I say that? You put the fun in the show, or maybe
we're in trouble.
Maybe they put the fun in dysfunctional show. I don't know what.
There you go.
So call us at 347-989-0439. Again, that's 347-989-0439. You can also go to our website, and you can click on the questions tab. You can submit a question there for any of our guests or for the host from time to time, and you can also go there to find out what's coming up and to view the archived episodes and download those to your iPod or to your MP3 player. And if you're looking for an agent, specifically an agent to help you in retirement.
Yeah, I'm thinking an agent in Tennessee right about now.
An agent that'll help you downsize or help you sell your existing home or help you find an affordable option for you. You can go to thepropertybeat.com and you can click on the Find an Agent tab. We'll put you in touch with a great agent right in your own backyard.
Yep. Well, before we get to our guests for today, we're going to take a little quick break, and then we'll be right back. Hi, this is Cliff Perotti, co-host of The Property Beat. When I'm not on the air interviewing top real estate influencers or answering questions from you, our listeners, I'm busy in the role of Director of International Services Division for Frank Howard Allen Realtors in Northern California. Our International Services Division represents numerous foreign buyers who are looking for U.S. real estate, as well as U.S. investors looking to buy quality properties throughout the world. If you have a property that you think will have international appeal and you'd like to take advantage of our global marketing services, or if you've been thinking about buying that second home on the shores of Mexico or any other country, call me directly at 415-367-4200. That's 415-367-4200. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Licensed by the California Department of Real Estate, license number 008740027. All right, well, welcome back to The Property Beat, where we are about to talk with Rocco Toscano. And, Jonathan, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that we want to ask this guy some questions because I understand his one of his advertising spokespeople or something is like a very famous football player. If I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely, we're gonna have the loaded question for him there for sure. So
I want to know the inside scoop. So
it might
folks,
involve pantyhose and a fur coat. I'm not sure.
I won't even go there, but all right. So, well, welcome back. This week our guest is Rocco Toscano, CEO of International Property Inc., the developers behind Saddlebrook River Estate in Central Tennessee. Saddlebrook is providing a very affordable option for retirement housing. So, Rocco, welcome to the show. Roscoe.
Jonathan, Cliff, I appreciate you having me on the show, and I hope we can inform your listeners.
Now, Jonathan Scott, I got to ask you a question. So, I heard a rumor that you're involved with some very famous personalities. Is that true?
Yeah, we've hired the NFL legend Joe Namath as our national spokesperson. Joe's featured in all of our half-hour infomercials, our 60 and 30-second commercials. He's also all over our website. We got a really great response from him. People like him. Joe's a very likable man, and whether it's male or female, people just like him. They recognize him, and we've had dinner several times. And I got to tell you, I've met a lot of personalities in my life. This man just takes the cake, just as warm and as friendly as you can be.
Wow. Well, there was the interesting and unusual part right there.
No, let me tell you the real interesting and unusual part. You're not going to believe this, but when I was 18 years old, I grew up in Florida. My brother and my brother was a hell of an athlete. My brother and I were playing football in a park in Fort Lauderdale, and who comes walking across the street? Joe Namath, right after he won the Super Bowl. We're throwing the ball for about 15, 20 minutes, and I'm sure Joe did that with a lot of young kids at that time. And Joe, having a talent for athletes, he recognizes my brother is just a sensational athlete, and he just hits it off with him. So at the end of the 15, 20 minutes, Joe Namath is ready to leave, and I walk up to him, and I said, "Excuse me." I said, I really appreciate, what you did for my brother. It means a lot to him. It just really inspired him. And Joe kind of put his arm around me and said, "You know what, thanks." And he walked away. 40 years later, we're now working together. Go figure that out.
Is that hysterical? Wow. That gave me goosebumps, man. That was good.
Yeah. Especially when Joe put his arm around him. That's
I know. Today he wouldn't do that. He'd go to jail. Okay. Well, folks, we would like to remind you, our listeners, that if you have a question that you'd like, I'm afraid to open the phone lines up here. If you have a question you'd like to ask our guests, you can simply join us by calling 347-989-0439. Again, 347-989-0439.
So, Rocco, give us some insight on the current demand, what you're seeing out there, demographically or trends-wise, that's causing such a demand for retirement housing.
Well, there's a couple of things, and you guys mentioned a little earlier. It's a tough number to digest, but 10,000 people a day are turning age 65 right now, and that will continue for the next 20 years. That's 75 million people, the baby boomers, as you referred to. And these people, it's like the old Oldsmobile commercial where they said, "This isn't your father's Oldsmobile." The people that are retiring now, they're not looking for what our parents and grandparents looked for insofar as the condominiums with the buses and the golf carts. They're looking for more outdoor activities with the nature trails. They don't want to be in condos, stacked up on top of each other. So we have individual private homes, 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, on a half acre of land, and you actually own the land. And we're selling them starting at just $69,900 for a completed house. When most people come to our development, because we offer a 3-day, 2-night inspection trip at no charge, when they come to see our community, they say to us, "Okay, let us see that $69,900 house," because they think it's going to be like a car dealer where they say, "Well, we just sold it, you can't see it." We actually have our $69,900 model in addition to our other models at the site that you can actually walk through. And our sales have been so brisk, and I know this sounds like a pitch, but we can't even get our roads in fast enough. That's how fast we're selling. The product is good. Yeah. The fella delivering the message, Joe Namath, is good. And people today are saying, "You know what? If I own a home, let's say in Chicago, and my house today is worth $300,000, God willing, and I don't have a mortgage on it. I can sell my home. I can take $100,000 of the $300,000, buy a spectacular new home at Saddlebrook, and put the other $200,000 to work for me somewhere. That's what our concept is, and it's worked out very, very well for us.
Now, what does Saddlebrook offer to a retiree? I mean, is it just a subdivision? Is it a planned community? What makes it different?
Well, it's a pre-planned community for individuals 55 and over. We offer a community pool, tennis courts, clubhouse, gated security. We have, obviously, asphalted roads, all underground utilities, and city water. The best thing that we offer is maintenance. We mow the yard. We paint the houses. We take care of the decks.
Wow.
So what you have is a place that... Go ahead.
Rocco, let me give you my address. It's very close.
You know what? From talking to you guys, no offense, I don't want you living there because you'll be trouble. We're building a nice, peaceful community, and people like you we don't want. I can recommend a competitor.
Damn, he knows this already. He's only been on for a few minutes.
We're actually in White County, Tennessee, in the city of Sparta. As a matter of fact, if you on our website, we actually have the mayor of the city of Sparta that actually does a testimonial for us. After seeing what we do and how we do it. My background is I've been a developer.
Mayor's got to love the fact that you pitched Joe Namath, and then the next sentence you're pitching, the mayor of Sparta.
We try to cover all the bases.
That's it.
That's right. Oh my goodness. So what is driving? Now we talked about these baby boomers, that are retiring, but what's driving the purchase when they get there? Because they can put their money anywhere. So is it the affordability that you talked about, that $69,000 home? Is it the cost of living maybe there in Tennessee? Is it the choice of housing, or maybe just the geography or the nature of views? What is it?
You guys are prepared. The answer to the question is yes, 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 and yes.
Okay, well,
the cost of living in Tennessee. As an example, we just had a customer that bought a home, and they were living in Florida, and they did a budget comparison. And because of the low cost of homeowner insurance and property taxes, car insurance, gasoline, they're going to save approximately $1,000 a month out of their pension and income and Social Security by living in Tennessee. The Cookeville-Crossville area, which is the areas that we're near, have been voted statistically for the past 5 years as one of the top 5 areas and destinations to retire in the country because of the cost of living. If you play golf, there's like 15 different golf courses. Some of them are Jack Nicklaus Series golf courses. So when you bundle everything together and you say, my God, I can save all this money. I got a brand new home. Although they're not custom homes, you pick the carpeting and the cabinets and the paint colors and the exterior colors. So you pick the house that you want, and it's affordable, and you're saving a ton of money. That's what people like. What I just did in our seminar, by the way, I'm talking to you from a seminar that we just did this morning. When the couples come in for our trip that we offer, we do a seminar first on Saturday morning. And one of the couples said something very interesting. They said, you know what, we like this area simply because of the location. We're within driving distance to basically 75% of the United States in a one-day drive. And we have children that live in Chicago. We have children that live in Florida. And now we're going to be able to be right in the middle. So it's all those things combined. That's what's making Tennessee so hot. Right?
It's a beautiful.
Yeah, and how far away are you from, like, Chicago, let's say? You're south of Chicago. How far by drive?
I would say we're about 7 or 8 hours. I know we're about 11 hours from South Florida.
Right.
Just far enough, so the relatives can be just far enough away. Yeah.
Well, because we do, you know what? I'm going to mention Joe Namath again. Because we advertise all over the country, we've made sales even from Hawaii, where people fly in on their own nickel and bought product from us and then went home. We've sold people in Oregon, Utah, North Dakota. I mean, in addition to, Indiana, Chicago, Florida. So it's amazing the pull that we have right now.
Wow, very interesting. Folks, we're going to pause for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.